Now, I was only a boy soldier. You were an important military officer, and nobody in the world knows more about war and military matters than you. So give us a reading on how well the Iranian response is going. It looks to me, although I may be an ingenue, that they're actually doing extremely well.
Again, lacking specific data on the exact targets hit and on the number of missiles launched. I don't have access to the Iranian battle plan. But what we can see suggests exactly that which you have said, that the Iranians are doing extraordinarily well. We have to be careful about evaluating missile launches and missile intercepts. We see data coming out of Qatar that suggests they've been very successful. But once again, we don't understand the Iranian way of war, because most of the missiles Iran has launched are designed to be intercepted. Most of the missiles Iran's launched are designed to absorb interceptors. Most of the missiles Iran launches are designed to confuse the radar systems of the integrated anti-ballistic missile defense systems. And then Iran comes in with the killer touch at the end and hits the targets they want to hit. So if we evaluate Iran on the totality of the missiles launched, we would say they have about a 33% success rate. If we evaluate them on the missiles that need to hit the targets Iran wants them to hit, the success rate is close to 100%. And these targets are devastating in terms of what they're hitting. They're destroying American radar systems worth hundreds of millions of dollars, in one case, $1.1 billion. By the time they're finished with the United States, the price tag on infrastructure lost will be over $100 billion, $100 billion of American infrastructure that will be destroyed in the Middle East. And the price tag for the Gulf Arab states can go up as equally high if they want to continue this nonsense and pretend that the United States has some sort of legitimate function in the Middle East today. The United States does not. Israel is also paying a very heavy price. One has to be careful about reading what one reads on the internet, because the quality control filter isn't necessarily there. But it appears that the Iranians struck a building, and that building contained Israeli officers who were carrying out a conference about this war. The location of that building had been selected by the Israelis in the morning, meaning that by striking this building and killing the people inside, Iran not only proved that they had the capability to penetrate Israeli air defense at any time. This building was selected because it was supposed to be ringed by sufficient air defense systems. But Iran also showed that they have the ability to collect intelligence information, highly accurate intelligence information about the most sensitive topics in Israel, and respond in a timely fashion, killing the Israelis involved. This, more than anything, scares the Israelis, because they now know they are all literally dead men walking. We might as well get Tom Hanks to go into Tel Aviv and walk down the street and shout it out. Dead man walking, because that is Israel today. The Iranians will not let up. The Iranians have the capacity to sustain this fight. Benjamin Netanyahu warned Donald Trump that if you're going to pull the trigger on Iran, you have to kill Iran, terminate the conflict before 700 missiles impact on Israeli soil. Too bad, so sad, Bibi baby, because you're going to get burned. The Iranians are coming in with everything they have, and there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it.
Scott, sometimes our children ask the most blindingly obvious but most profound question. So let me pass my eldest son's question on to you. Once I told him how I thought the war was going, he asked the pretty obvious question, why then did they do it? Why did the United States and Israel launch a war which you say they were bound to lose? And looking at the pictures so far, it seems you were right. They are losing it.
The reason why we launched this war is because of the ignorance of the people who planned this war, ignorance about war itself. Understand there's outside of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, there's very few people surrounding Donald Trump who actually have firsthand experience in war or the art of war. These are politicized dilettantes. The closest one you get is Pete Hegseth, who is nothing more than a glorified battalion operations officer and a reformed alcoholic who is probably best left sitting behind a Fox studio camera than actually trying to lead people. But hey, he can bench 315 pounds, so God bless him. But these are the people advising the president. They are simplistic people. They are foolish people. They are stupid people, fundamentally stupid people, and they are ignorant beyond belief. They have fallen victims of their own ignorance. These are people, Scott Bessent, setting off demonstrations by collapsing the value of the real back in December 28th. And then bragging about it at Davos, how he is the one responsible for creating demonstrations. Then the demonstrations get magnified by Mossad, by the CIA, by selective videotaping of violence, and then projecting it out here to the echo chamber that is the American social media environment. And we started believing that there's actually a critical mass of Iranian people in Iran ready to rise up and remove the theocracy from power, because we created a situation where a handful of people unveiled the flag of the monarchy, shouted death to Khamenei, and then we broadcast it here, and we said, they're ready, and Trump believes this nonsense. So he was told, if you decapitate the regime, you bring down Khamenei, the people will rise up. He actually believed this. And then he bragged about it. Openly bragged about how I am tracking Khamenei. He should leave the country because I'm going to kill him. Does he not understand that Ali Khamenei volunteered to die on the first day of the war? Ali Khamenei was at home in his residence, knowing he was being hunted down by the United States, knowing he was being targeted by death. He was surrounded by fellow shaheeds who also knew that they were going to die, but they also understood that there was a purpose in their death, because by dying, they entered into martyrdom. And the Iranian people are in the streets, but they're not shouting death to Khamenei. They're shouting long live the martyr Khamenei. That's why we lost the war on day one. This was a trap set by the Iranians on day one by a people of faith. Donald Trump wouldn't even know what a Shia is or what a Twelver is. He doesn't know who Hussein is. He doesn't know who Ali is. He has no clue what the Battle of Karbala is. And yet he fell into a trap where all of this is relevant. He assassinated or facilitated the murder of the second most important man in the Shia faith, Ali Khamenei. This is the equivalent of killing the Pope if you're Catholic, killing the Archbishop of Canterbury if you're British, killing the head of the Orthodox Church, Kirill, if you are Russian. And Donald Trump doesn't understand this. If the purpose of this operation was to get the Iranian people in the street, Donald Trump succeeded. But he got the wrong people in the street for the wrong cause. The people of Iran today are rallying in support of the Islamic Republic. The Islamic Republic is invincible at this moment because you can't kill people who are ready to die for their cause. And the Shia of Iran, who are defending the Islamic Republic, are prepared to a man, to a woman, to become martyrs in the cause of their faith. And it is the Islamic Republic of Iran that they are defending, not just their land, not just their culture, not just their history, but their faith. Donald Trump lost this war, the first missiles that impacted the ground in Tehran.